In the world of bodybuilding, there aren't many names that have left their mark for generations to follow. However, Flex Wheeler is a name that will probably never die, long after his prime time. He's still a source of inspiration for many emerging bodybuilders. Now let's see how the legend earned his status and what he's up to these days. Flex Wheeler is widely regarded as one of the bodybuilding world's most admired IFBB pros. He's also a frequent pro show winner. Yet despite his achievements, the former champion's life has been a roller coaster ride. Flex was born and raised in Fresno, California, and grew up in a low-income family. Due to dyslexia, he failed in school academics, but always excelled in athletics. He's admitted to struggling with major depression at various points in his past. Growing up, he had a very tough time. Flex was a victim of child abuse and even had suicidal tendencies as a youngster. Being abused in his childhood led to some serious insecurities in his life.
So I was really backwards. When I got called out first, I would be embarrassed because I'm like, I don't belong here. But I didn't want to show that to everybody. So I would grin and go like this, yeah. And I'm like, this is what I would be doing. Yeah, let's go. It sounds really crazy, but only people who are insecure can understand what I mean. I would walk through a door and I guess I wouldn't center myself enough and I'd ram my shoulder. Because when I looked in the mirror, I seen imperfection everywhere. And I would wonder, wouldn't the F is everybody else seeing? So I was always waiting for them to figure out that really I didn't belong there.
Nonetheless, struggling somewhere along the road, he discovered kickboxing and subsequently bodybuilding, which helped him rebuild his self-esteem. Flex trained in martial arts as a teenager before beginning his bodybuilding career. He became a proficient taekwondo player as a result of his considerable effort and hard work. His bodybuilding career followed. Although the site attributes his flexibility to his martial arts training, Flex also worked as a police officer for a short period before leaving to pursue his passion for bodybuilding. Wheeler's flexibility, which includes the ability to execute a complete split, earned him the nickname Flex. While Flex had a reputation for being arrogant and egotistic, he said that this was due to a need to compensate for his introversion and insecurity as a kid and young man.
People consider me very arrogant and full of myself. It was a facade because I didn't believe in myself. So I would go on stage and walk on like, yeah, let's go. But I'd really be talking to myself like, come on, don't F up. And when I would do antics on stage, like tap somebody else or put my arm around it, I guess it would come across as arrogant. But to me, I thought I was transitioning the spotlight to them because I didn't want people to look at me.
Kenneth Flex Wheeler debuted in the bodybuilding profession after several years of pumping iron to compete for the Arnold Classic and Mr. Olympia championships. In fact, he's a four-time Arnold Classic champion, with his most recent victory coming in 2000. So he won the Arnold Classic in 1993, 1997, 1998, and 2000. He also participated in the Mr. Olympia competition multiple times, although he never won the title. Flex participated in Mr. Olympia in 1993, but was unable to defeat Dorian Yates.
And the silver Sandow medal being given by George Shahuni of Powerhouse, and give it to this year's runner-up, Flex Wheeler.
He also competed in the Mr. Olympia contests in 1998 and 1999. However, he didn't win. Flex, on the other hand, is still regarded as one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time, with his remarkable symmetry catapulting the sport to new heights in the 1990s. In 1994, he was caught in an almost life-ending car accident, which could have paralyzed him for the rest of his life. After dropping back into depression, he began training from the ground up, quickly returning to the top rank of bodybuilding. Flex made a successful comeback to the bodybuilding scene after months of recovery, finishing second at the Olympia in 1998 and 1999, following Ronnie Coleman.
Second place will receive a check of $50,000, certificate, the silver Sandow medal, and the silver Mr. Olympia medal. Flex Wheeler!
In 1999, Flex was diagnosed with focal segmental glomerulosclerosis, a kind of kidney disease. Flex stated that the disease was inherited. So, In 1999, around the time he finished second in Mr. Olympia, he observed things worsening when, after each tournament, he would regain 30 to 40 pounds heavier with severe swelling in his hands and feet, and even his genitals. According to him, the physicians made assumptions based on his physical appearance, which resulted in them not doing the necessary testing and diagnosis. They ultimately performed a biopsy and discovered that he had focal segmental glomerulosclerosis, one of the most lethal kidney disorders. Flex tried to compete again after that, despite the large doses of medicine he was required to take. He realized, though, that he needed to compete cleanly at this stage. Things continued to deteriorate from there, with physicians surprised by Flex Wheeler's ability to manage things. Flex retired from professional bodybuilding in 2000 after winning the Arnold Classic and Hungarian Grand Prix, but he continued to compete until 2003 before he underwent a kidney transplant. His kidney troubles had progressed to the point that he could have died from kidney failure. After all this suffering, Flex Wheeler made a crazy comeback at the age of 51 in the 2017 Mr. Olympia, competing in the classic physique division, but he only managed to place 15th. One thing led to another, and every passing minute proved unlucky for Flex. The kidney problem had caused a blockage in his arteries and stopped the blood flow to his legs, which the professionals term as a circulatory vascular system problem. Flex had no choice but to have part of his right leg amputated after undergoing treatment after treatment. In fact, by the time he had to have the surgery performed, he had almost lost more than that. His career had finished, and he had lost everything he had earned, but he didn't give up. Despite going through difficult times in his life, Flex has been able to overcome them to a considerable extent by fighting through them. He now lives with his own family and reflects on the achievements he accomplished during his career, while continuing to be an inspiration for people to follow. His gentle words can encourage anyone in reaching a higher level. People think that all this might be depressing for him, but Flex is feeling lucky and the happiest he has ever been, despite having had a portion of his right leg amputated. Wheeler's bodybuilding days are over, but his mission today is much more vital, and the world should be grateful he is still alive. Well, that's all for this video, folks. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share your comments in the comment section below. See you in the next video.